Hello and welcome to some more Citizen TLDR, looking at all the news from this week, including a deeper look at the roadmap delays for 3.11 and core features discussed with the iCache, persistence and server meshing, as well as a quick summary of everything else. There's been a couple more delays on some of the more minor features for the roadmap with 3.11, at least in my opinion. Elevator panel updates. Cloud Imperium have said we took a little extra time on early UI work, which pushed the handover for these updates past their intended completion date. For this specific feature, props and art need to complete their work before handing over design. With that work complete, the task can then be passed off to level design, and with such a tight turnaround, our level design does not have enough bandwidth to get the work done before 3.11's branch day. The majority of our level design are focusing on other 3.11.0 tasks, which have been deemed a higher priority, like the space station cargo decks, and we made the decision to not pull them off that work. Because of this, elevator panel updates have been moved to the 3.12 branch of the game, so the Q4 patch now. Missile Operator Mode. We've decided to move Missile Operator Mode to release simultaneously with additional improvements to missiles that we have planned for early 2021 in order to make a bigger and more comprehensive impact on missile gameplay at once. This feature has been removed from the roadmap and is expected to be released alongside missile improvements in 2021. So the UI panels, that's a pretty small, pretty minor sort of thing I don't really mind about moving off. I mean, obviously, when they update it, all great, but it's not essential. The Missile Operator Mode, again, by itself is pretty minor. However, I'm very much interested in the missile updates that they've got planned beyond this year, because 3.10 at the moment is very missile meta spam, in my opinion. Missiles are cheap and easy to use. I was hoping for a bit of a rework and balance in 2020, and we still might see something. We might see missiles go up in price or something like that, but at least we know now that Q1, Q2 2021 is where they want to have that rework for the Missile Operator Mode and missiles altogether. In the newsletter this week, there was a sneak peek of time-sensitive canisters. I'm assuming there are sort of like mission or cargo items that are similar to Quantanium in the fact that you have to get them to from A to B quickly, otherwise maybe boom, or they might be worth nothing, and if you get like jostled or bumped around too much, maybe they explode, or again, maybe they get damaged and they're not worth anything. Is this a feature for 3.11? I don't know. I'm speculating. The picture looks like the spaceman is placing or removing a canister in another box of canisters. So we do know that Cargo 2.0, or the next iteration of Cargo, I should say, and whatever they're calling it, will allow for the functionality of you putting sort of like items in boxes and that sort of stuff, and then that to be detected by a cargo grid. Not sure if it's that's being shown off here, or maybe they're removing an item from just a box of static containers or whatever that's already sort of placed as a mission item or something. I'm interested to see what they've got sort of coming for us with this sort of stuff in the coming months. It looks pretty cool, whatever. The Talon, Shrike and Rock are still on Warbond sale until the end of this month, until the 31st of August. So this is the sort of last chance to get them at a discount. Please remember that you will be able to get them in-game as well. You don't have to buy these sort of things with real money. The Rock is already drivable in-game, and the Talon and Shrike are planned to be flyable in the game for 3.12 at the end of this year. From the Jump Point magazine, we saw that the RSI subs sort of flare for September looks to be skins for knives. Reasonably cool, if you want Castak Arms knife skins. Calling all devs this week looked at core tech. So they've been building towards server meshing for years, and iCache is a big part of that. The iCache or item cache interacts with the game and backend databases that writes and queries data efficiently, basically at real time. It kind of works as an intermediary between what's happening in the game and what's happening on the sort of databases. And this is a massive improvement over the way they've sort of currently handle databases. They've also been fixing a lot of other systems and code at the same time as building the iCache, making sure that it all works together and that it's built with that in mind, and they hope to help that clear technical debt. This is going to be a much more scalable sort of system for their needs, faster, more efficient, better fault tolerance as well. They are in the process of integrating the new iCache tech at the moment. This is also supporting work to the physicalized inventory and the new cargo changes that are coming. When implemented, you'll notice more snappy access to shop inventory, the Mobiglass, the Vehicle Manager app, Personal Manager app, even spawning ships or anything where you deal with databases or deal with cargo. You'll notice the whole process be a bit more snappy, and hopefully no sort of like sort of quite jagged spawn in or sort of lag spike or anything like that. Global persistence is supported by the iCache and necessary for server meshing as well. It's persistent data that affects the world that isn't player account data. They have a version of global persistence in right now in the game, but it's pretty volatile. When the server goes down, that data's lost. In the future, that will be tracked, saved, and recoverable, that data, and affect the game universe. That's not to say the game won't clean itself up, and there's not going to be like just bullet casings everywhere all over the verse. That stuff's going to be cleaned up sensibly. The world's also going to have dynamic events, and they want the universe to be permanently impacted by players and NPC actions. Server meshing connects multiple servers together and seamlessly shares data between them, allowing for thousands, if not more, players to exist on the same shard. So basically a mass of servers stitched together. They are currently working on time sync issues, dealing with lag, rubber banding, desync. That seems to be a major hurdle for them at the moment. They are near a position where they want to start testing internally 2 servers communicating with each other, so basically a very early version of server meshing. This has been the culmination of years of work and hundreds of tasks. It's a huge change to how servers typically would work. It sort of like has this server authority changing on the fly. They've been building the rest of the game with server meshing and all the other supporting sort of systems in mind, and this is in a hope to also alleviate some technical debt. There is still a long way to go though before we have server meshing in player hands. Inside Star Citizen this week looked at gas clouds and spacescaping that will make space and points of interest more interesting, as well as force reactions that will have explosions and shotgun blasts and sudden impacts and grenades and things. Knock your character over or down or react to that sort of sudden impact. You're going to be knocked around if your ship gets rammed or hit by a missile, for example, and you're not sitting down in a seat. The ship showdown has started as well, which has the community creating content on ships that they like, and the most popular ships, the top 16, I believe, most popular ships, will be part of a 2-week free fly, which looks to start on September 9th, but the ship showdown and the sort of creation of community ship content has started already. I've got an in-depth video looking at the ship showdown and the Inside Star Citizen that we just mentioned, which I'll link down below. But that's it for this week. What do you think? Do you think we're going to see time-sensitive cargoes in 3.11? Are you excited for the iCache updates, which look to be in relatively soon? Missile updates. Do you think we should see something before early 2021 to address some of the missile issues? Are you worried that missiles might be the meta until they fix that? Were you disappointed to see the missile operator mode and the elevator UI slip from 3.11? Do you think something else might slip? Do you think something else might be put in 3.11 or 3.12? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For August, it's for a Mercury Star Runner, the sort of hybrid data running cargo ship that's supposed to be live and flyable in Alpha 3.11. To be in for a chance of winning that, all you need to do is comment on any of my Star Citizen videos made during August 2020. If you want to further support my channel, then consider becoming a YouTube member via the join button. This will also get you some exclusive content and insight each month. Also, if you're looking for a VPN, I shill for NordVPN. It's a mega affordable and effective solution for added security, privacy, and internet accessibility. Follow the link below in the description for a discount. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.